Either case, though, it is pretty cool. I kind of just blow through. I just add a generic face coming up here in a second. As you see, I'm trying to find the T's as there are 100,000 names added in this year's version. As you see, I'm kind of confused on which one to pick here. I didn't know which one sounds closest to lumber, so I figured I'd just pick Lundy. I'm a perfectionist a lot of the time, and that kind of bothers me for some reason. But in either case, though, it does sound very close when the announcer does say it. So either case, right now, I don't know what the hell I was doing, but just deciding on picking that. Made the preferred age 18 or the age 18. That way you can go right into your contract year once you get drafted. And it'll usually give you a good amount of time to complete a career. I remember once I did my actual age and I was already retired a couple of years ago. I think 2012 I played this on PS3 and ended up retiring prior to me really getting any records, and that kind of was a buzzkill. I skipped the year after that just because of that, but it was pretty much my own dumb fault, I guess. So anyway, I kind of pick kind of a lumberjack looking dude, I guess. I ended up going with it says it's long hair, but I believe, yeah, it's right there. I ended up picking Shaggy. I wanted to pick a mullet, but they didn't have a mullet, so the Shaggy look was fairly close. I would even call that a mullet. Gonna kind of give him the lumberjack look with the sideburns, and I think I even go on and I add a goatee of some sort. I was messing around there with all the blemishes, the moles, the pimples, and all that kind of stuff. All that's pretty cool. I think I actually added and I kept the freckle complexion just to kind of give his face a little bit more of a textured look. After these, I kind of just blew through. I picked the eye color. I think I picked white, and then I ended up changing his eyebrows a little bit, but that was it. I try not to get too in depth with the face because you can literally be there for hours and hours playing around with the nose, the jaw, the cheeks, the forehead, all that kind of craziness. But it really gives you the ability to kind of create who you want rather than just kind of going preset. I don't mind just kind of basing it off a little bit of a preset. It's no big deal to me, but you would probably want it to be your own guy, and I don't blame you. I know a lot of people get in depth to where they actually make custom rosters of older players, and they actually take weeks and weeks to actually throw together the roster, and they make pretty cool rosters. I believe last season or 2 seasons ago, it may have even been 13 that I the bat color, I use the same bat that I use in real life actually, which is kind of like a dark brown top with a black handle, and then there's a gold ring going around where the barrel meets the actual handle. I go with a gray tape. Just try to mock, try to make it as close to what I would use in real life. Just to kind of give it more of an immersive feel, I guess. All the way down to the batting gloves. I couldn't just pick all black batting gloves, so I just ended up going with what they had there. Pretty cool though. As you will see, I think next is the batting stance. I had all the accessories. I think I go for a long sleeve on my left arm and all kinds of just kind of flashy stuff. I'm kind of like that. Especially it's a game, you just want to make it kind of out of the ordinary. I know a lot of people actually go and they make their real first and last names and stuff, and to me that gets kind of boring. You kind of make a guy. I feel like this guy here, I kind of ripped the idea off of the guy from Major League. Really forget the guy's name. Help me out. You can even write it down in your comments. I'm not going to hop on Google and check right now. It was a guy from Major League, I believe, part one. I think he played with the White Sox or the Yankees. I think he played with the Yankees in part one. Part two, he ended up playing with the White Sox. I think they traded for him on the Indians, and then he ended up getting traded before the first game or after, like halfway through the season. Either case, though, I add some Bryce Harper eye paint. I go and I add a left sleeve just to kind of have a little flash there, you know, as I was talking about. Almost done here. All of this is pretty cool. I added a little Nike check there to my undershirt. And I think this is it. I think I go down and I may have I don't know if it's this one or not, I add the number sleeves, armband. And then we go to, I usually add a little shin guard on there as well. Just kind of very particular. Obviously, you make your guy however the hell you want when you're playing, but this is going to be Teddy Lumber's run through a road to the show. I'm hoping to get a couple seasons. How it's going to work, basically, I'm going to run, I think I'm going to broadcast 2 or 3 series in a row. Yeah, I know I added an extra ES on that word, but leave me the fuck alone. So, either case, I do go through in the very beginning, you get to play your showcase games. Now, I made the mistake on, I got the first 2, ended up getting half of the third, which the first at bat of the third, I end up hitting a home run in the third game of the showcase, but I'm not going to include the third game of the showcase. Reason being is I only have half of the game, and just to kind of keep it kind of going, I just kind of went with it there. In the very beginning, I don't want to ruin it because obviously you guys are going to watch it, but first 2 games of AA, first 2 or 3 games, first couple series are actually pretty interesting, pretty entertaining. You know, I know a lot of people hop into it. As you see, I'm using, it looks like Gibson's batting stance there. Just kind of one of those things that I didn't see in the last year's game, where they have actual moving batting stances rather than very static looking. Yeah, right now I get all in depth with, you know, his walk up, and then he has a practice swing, and then if you take a pitch or so, you get a generic kind of look, or if, you know, you take a pitch that's a strike and it may have been close, you know, you can kind of alter the way that you look back at the umpire, and or you know, how your face looks there, you know, and discuss pretty much. But the cool ones are the home runs. I am going to use a switch hitter. I use all of my creative characters that I've used in the past. I usually go just right-handed, but I'm going to choose to go switch, just to kind of change it up a little bit, you know, keep it fresh each at bat. You know, as you see, you can even get your stride all the way down to how you want your stride to look. So no real batting stance is the same because you have a lot of options to alter it. And then you see down the bottom, you know, you get the walk-up music, which is pretty much in all the other ones as well. They added a couple bland styles, which would be cool if you can add your own music into it, but I guess there's copyright issues on, just for say you make a video and you got that copyrighted video in there, I guess you're not allowed to use that. So with that being said, that kind of sucks a little bit, but you know, I already knew if I ever went pro, what kind of music I would have and all that kind of stuff as well. So, but in either case here, I guess I took a really long time to try to get my guy right. I know a lot of you guys may or may not want to fast forward through this. It's going to be a pretty decent video. This one video is going to add, you'll see here at the end, it's going to add the first 2 games of the showcase, and then I may end up just kind of throwing the draft in here at the end. That way you kind of get the full effect. Or I may just cut this video here. It all depends on how it ends up. I may just cut it here at about 15 minutes or so, post this. All of this is just going to be for anybody that wants to see, you know, that may not have the game yet, or maybe getting the game here in the next couple weeks. Kind of gives you a rundown. I kind of went through the options a little in depth, which I usually don't do, but I knew I was going to be putting a video up too for it, so I tried to touch on all the aspects of the creation process, as far as the accessories, the headgear, you know, the facial features and stuff like that. So Hope you guys enjoy the video. This is the end of Teddy Lumber. We're going to get into the showcase as you see here. Stay tuned, guys.